Welcome grade 6 to your eLesson, chapter number 5, plants and photosynthesis. Page number 73, next heading is plant needs water. Water enters the plant through its root. Roots are branched, spreading out through the soil as far as they can. Their surface area is increased by many thousands of tiny root hair cells. Root hair cells have a very thin membrane. This makes it easy for water and the minerals to pass through. It also means that the cell can absorb oxygen so easily from the air in spaces between the soil particles. The oxygen is important for the respiration in root cells. This topic is about how water enters into the roots. Roots are branched and they have some hairs at the end. You can find them on the underground vegetables like the carrot and radish. These hairs give the roots extra surface area. Underground, these hairs have very thin cell membrane, which makes them good for absorbing the water from the soil and oxygen from the air in spaces between the soil, which in later used for the respiration at the night. Next is how plants take in water. Root hair cells take in water by diffusion process called osmosis. During osmosis, water moves from the region of high water concentration to a region of low water concentration. Water enters the root hair cell because the concentration outside is stronger than inside. As more and more water enters the root hair cells, they now have more water than the cells next to them. So water moves by osmosis across into the cells further inside the roots. With the water continuously entering the roots, it must go somewhere. Running through a plant is a miniature pipeline of xylem tubes which carries the water to the rest of the plant. This topic actually deals with the journey of the water through the plant. As I've already explained that root hairs take in the water, so the process by which the plant take in the water is called osmosis. Osmosis is the movement of the water from the region of high water concentration to a region of low water concentration. So what happens is that in the osmosis, water moves through the membrane, which is the root hair cells, from the soil where the water concentration is very high into the root hair cells where the water concentration is very low. So this constant movement of water into the root hair cells make the cell in which there is a water a high water concentration region, and because of this, those water molecules are passed into the next cell. This is how water moves into all of the plant parts. This movement is supported by the xylem tubes, which is reason why the water is transported into the plant cells. Next video will help you understand this topic.
Transport of water and salts in plants. Water flows along with solutes from the soil into the cell sap of the root hairs. Thus, roots absorb water and salts from the soil by the process of osmosis. The absorbed water and salts will move to the next cell once again by osmosis.
Now let's look at how water and minerals enter through the roots. Roots are highly branched, creating a lot of area for absorption. Root hairs near each root tip increase the surface area. Water and minerals, shown in yellow, can follow two paths from cell to cell within a root. In one path, they travel in the cytoplasm, which is connected between cells. In the other path, they travel within cell walls. In the path within cell walls, however, they encounter a waxy barrier that blocks entry to the xylem. To continue, the water and minerals must cross a plasma membrane. In this way, only certain minerals can enter the xylem.
Next is plant needs minerals. Plant need more carbon dioxide and water to survive. They need mineral elements for the normal healthy growth. Plants use minerals to make the food molecules such as protein out of the glucose, which is made during photosynthesis. Where do minerals come from? Some minerals come from rocks dissolved in rainwater, others come from the feces and the urine of animals, and the dead bodies of animals and the plants as they decay. Farmers add artificial fertilizers to the soil, which contain all the minerals the crop plant need. In this topic, importance of mineral element for the plants is being described. So plant need, besides the carbon dioxide and the water, plant needs mineral elements also. They need it for their growth to make the protein. And where do these mineral elements come from? They can come from either naturally from decayed dead organic matter from the plants and the animals, or from the waste material, or from adding artificial fertilizers which contain all the essential mineral elements by the farmers. Next topic is how minerals get into the plants. Mineral elements from the soil enter the roots of the plants in solution. Some dissolve in the water in the soil and then enter the root hair cells in the water. Most minerals, however, are moved into the plant root cells using energy. This is because there are usually fewer minerals in the soil than in the plant cell. Now we are going to discuss how minerals get into the plant. So basically there are two ways from which mineral can get into the plant. First way is that they can either dissolve in water, and then by the help of water they are transported into the root hair cells, or they can also enter the plant by using the energy, because the soil contains very less mineral elements as compared to the plant cells. Next video will help you understand this topic.
Based on plants' requirements, there are at least 17 elements known as essential nutrients. Two of the most important of them are nitrates and magnesium. Nitrogen and magnesium are both essential elements needed by plants to ensure their proper growth. Nitrogen in the atmosphere cannot be taken in by plants directly, so they absorb it in the form of nitrates and ammonium. In aerobic soils, plants absorb nitrates with the help of their roots, and once it enters, some of the nitrate is reduced to ammonium by enzymes. It is then incorporated into amino acids with the help of more enzymes. Nitrates beside ammonium serve as a source of nitrogen, which is a component of many proteins. Photosynthetic pigments. Magnesium is another important element in plant nutrition. It is present in the center in the porphyrin structure of chlorophyll, and also serves as an activator of enzymes involved in photosynthesis and respiration.
The salts present in the soil dissolve in the water, resulting in a salt solution when the soil is watered.
Did you know plants do not really need soil. They can be grown in the container of water, provided it contains the right minerals for the healthy growth of plant. That soil is not that much important. It's very good if it's fertile soil, but otherwise it can also work if you have the proper minerals in the container of the water.